JP Chunga on your Jazz recap on DJ and PK. The Utah Jazz played one of the best teams in the league in the Houston Rockets, and they were outclassed. 129-101 the final score. 17 total turnovers, 14 steals by Houston. Led by Alperen Şengün with 27 points. Kevin Durant chipped in with 25, and that's quite the luxury to have KD be an add-on and not have to be the main piece. After the game, Will Hardy gave his thoughts on a tough outing.
Yeah, it wasn't a very good game. A lot of categories. Live ball turnovers, 14 of them. You know, we've talked about this before. It's impossible to make up for those plays. Not being strong with the ball in different moments. You know, I assume there's going to be 3 or 4 a game where the ball flies out of your hands or things happen. But got to be a little more solid. You know, we obviously didn't shoot the ball well from 3 at all. And I thought for the majority of the game, we actually did a really good job of keeping them off the glass. At halftime, they had 5 offensive rebounds. You know, this is a team that lives on the offensive glass. You know, we have to continue to find ways to fight through the really physical, tough games. We have to continue to meet the level of physicality that our opponents bring to the table. But these are good learning moments for our team. I thought Ace played really well tonight. Bounce back and play him again tomorrow.
Are teams defending Lowry any different over the last 5 games? No.
What did you like about Nurk's impact to tonight's game? 14 points, 9 assists.
I thought Nurk finished well in the pocket. He's had some moments this year where he's struggled with his little floater that he's actually, you know, I watch him shoot it all the time at practice and in our gym, and he's pretty good at it. He finished well. I thought he obviously took care of the ball better tonight. But those little in-between shots for centers when you're not making plays over the top, right? Like Nurk does a lot of his work on the floor. He's not playing over the top of the defense. So when he catches the ball in the pocket, he's making a lot of decisions, and I think that floater's got to be a weapon for him.
Is Lowry just on a cold streak then, or is there something else you want to see from him?
He just hasn't. I think his balance has struggled a little bit. You know, getting his feet assembled. You know, Lowry's shooting is really the least of my concerns. I think he's a heck of a player. I think there's a lot of data that would say that he's a really good shooter. You know, last 2 games he's gotten a lot of looks that he has made a lot of in the past. But I don't want Lowry, you know, and the reason why I'm quick to cut that conversation off is, like, I don't want Lowry to obsess about his shooting. It has nothing to do with our team's success. Lowry draws so much attention for us on the offensive side of the ball. He's done such a good job of adding layers to his game. He puts pressure on the rim. He gets to the free throw line. And I want him to approach every night assuming that he's Lowry Markkinen and he's one of the elite shooters in our game. You know, I think sometimes when there are little pockets where the perimeter shooting goes cold, there can be a lot of questions as to, like, why, and then we can start to really overanalyze ourselves. Is it my base? Is it my follow through? Is it my grip? You know, you start thinking about it too much. I want Lowry to trust the work that he's put in and that he continues to put in.
With Keontae, you know, he had been playing really well before tonight. Do you want him to watch the film of this, or do you just say, hey, go back to play the way you were, you know, 2 days ago?
I think not watching it would be a mistake. I think we all have to face hard things. I think there's things to be learned from tonight's game. And I have no doubt that Keontae can and will learn from tonight's game. So yeah, I would anticipate that he's going to watch the film and come out and play a lot better tomorrow.
I know Ace already saw Katie in preseason, but just to see him hit that shot over him and even that shot kind of down low, what do you like about how he's meeting the moment and it doesn't look like things are too big for him out there? He just kind of has a good feel.
Yeah, Ace is playing great, and I think he continues to show us all glimpses into the future of things that he can be capable of. Making shots over the top is a really important skill in our league, especially when you start looking at end of games in the playoffs. A lot of those shots have to be made. And so Ace is showing an ability to get off a variety of shots, and he's having some success, which I think is good. It's taking some restraint to not overemphasize those things right now and make his life solely about those things. I think there's going to be a time and a place where there's going to be more of that. But Ace has a really good way about him in terms of, I haven't seen him look nervous yet. He just goes out there and plays. He plays within the construct of the team. He's learning really fast, and he's continuing to get better.
Most guys who seem like to get to the NBA have been an elite scorer at some point in their life. What is it that separates the guys that are able to continue to do it at this level? Is there a common theme?
Well, I think how you scored matters. I think at lower levels, sometimes the ability to get on the rim, run by your guy. I'm more athletic than everybody I'm playing. I think you get to this level and the athleticism really changes. And so I think shooting's never going out of style. Like, it's still the premier skill in our game. And so I think you see guys that can make a variety of shots from different parts of the court, three, mid-range, floater, at the rim. I think those are the guys where it translates the best, but I also think the guys who adapt and learn when they get in the league, that, Kevin Durant is one of the premier examples of efficiency, and that I don't mean that in terms of shots going in, like that is true, but he doesn't waste dribbles. If he can face up and shoot it over you without dribbling, he will. If you make him dribble it once, he will, but he's not going to do more than he has to. And I think the best scorers in our game, they're taking what is given to them. They have counters for different ways they're being guarded, but they don't overcomplicate it.
For the Jazz offensively, they were led by Ace Bailey. He continues to impress, including a rock the baby move up on Kevin Durant. He finished with 19 points and spoke on facing KD.
What's the biggest takeaway from this game in terms of what you guys need to do differently tomorrow?
Communicate for sure. Just communicate, being in positions, following the scout.
For you, you got the matchup against KD in the preseason too, so this isn't the first time. But just kind of, do you continue to kind of learn from him in games like this?
Yeah, for sure. Before we played him, I watched. When I sat down and watched them play OKC play against the Spurs in the finals, I watched him just get like 10 straight. How easy it was and 1-2 dribbles. So I still watch it, yeah, for sure.
I know you guys talked a little bit pregame when he came out onto the court. What did he say to you?
Nothing, just speaking the game of basketball. That's how we usually talk about basketball. For real. Just little things around that.
What's getting easier?
Finding my shots. Knowing, finding the right passes, finding my shots. Going to rebound. It's coming, just game by game.
When you have as many counters as you do in your game, is that hard to know when to use them, or is that something you naturally have?
I've God-given talent, so I say something natural. Just reading it, Me just taking my time and reading.
Did you like the early game?
It's my first early game. This is my first back-to-back early game. So it was fun. It wasn't bad. I mean, I came out with energy. So it wasn't bad.
Lauri Markkanen had a tough one, 18 points on 5 of 12 from the field. He discussed it post-game about the need to bounce back.
Lauri, what was Will's message for you guys after the game?
We didn't talk much. I think everybody knows what went wrong. It was just really bad first half start, and then obviously it was just a really tough night, just flat. And I'm sure we're going to talk about it tomorrow morning and how we can fix that. But I think everybody's just disappointed on the effort, and kind of nothing really went our way. So not much to say. I feel like everybody needs to look in the mirror. They're going to kind of use this night to self-reflect and see. The thing about the NBA is we're playing tomorrow, so no time to dwell on it. We got to fix what went wrong and move on.
Do you like that it's a back-to-back against the same team?
I mean, it's the NBA. I'm not sure if I've ever actually played the same team on back-to-back. Might be wrong, but it is what it is. It's a back-to-back for us, and I think it's a good test for us how we're going to see the same team and how we can fix the things that went wrong and hopefully prove this night wrong. And so that's exciting.
What were some of the things you saw in the first quarter defensively that you did like that the team was doing when you guys were kind of scrambling and keeping Houston on their toes?
Yeah, that's got to be the whole game though. Or start the second half. I think we did a solid job on both ends of the floor. We moved the ball and we got some stops. We cut it to 14, I think, something like that. But that's the intensity you got to play with. I mean, NBA is so talented, so I'm not even singling out any teams. It's everybody. To give yourself a chance to win, you got to bring that for a full game. So we showed we can do it, but obviously short stint doesn't really help. So it's got to bring it all, the whole 48 minutes.
When you are on a bit of a cold streak shooting, do you have to fight the urge to change things, or do you want to change things?
I think it's just, you know that the number's going to even out when you're doing the right things. You keep working on it. You watch film that how you can get more balance and kind of hit your normal shots. And obviously, it's tougher when you're not just getting like wide open, just naked ones, you know. But the more so you got to watch film of how to get your foot around, how to get your balance. But once you keep doing that and working on it, I know that numbers will even out. So obviously it's a long season, so there's going to be hot streaks and there are a little tougher moments, but it's all part of it. So
Do you feel like teams are giving you less space?
like,
You said just like kind of those naked shots when you're wide open. Are you seeing fewer of those?
no, I'm just saying like the defensive coverage of like you're coming off screens instead of like, I mean, every now and then you get a good one from, and lately even those have been coming out in and outs and stuff, but especially those you focus on sticking every shot and really see the fundamentals are correct, and those going to start falling again. So I'm not worried.
Thank you.
Same two teams battle tonight. Pre-game coverage between the Jazz and the Rockets begins at 6 o'clock on SEG Media.